What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Big Love, and this is Big Love's Breakdown. So tonight we have Smackdown, and I'm just going to go ahead and get into this recap. The show starts out with Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt comes out, and the fans are chanting, "You deserve it." He goes on to talk about how Sister Abigail saw this premonition about him having these triumphs and having these forces in his way, and for him to prevail through it all, and how he has the power now and the whole world's in his hand and it's the era of Wyatt. Insert John Cena. John Cena kind of cuts a heel promo here where he's basically saying that he respects Bray and congratulations, but nobody deserves anything. You have to earn it. Hello, John Cena. He deserves it because he earned it. Anyways, he talks about how he's going to get his rematch tonight. Then AJ Styles comes out. AJ Styles says, whoa, 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 whoa. I still haven't got my rematch. John Cena, you are not going to cut in line this time again. This isn't the grocery store. So they all bicker back and forth before Daniel Bryan comes out and announces that, hey, they both deserve their rematches. Let's have a triple threat match for the WWE Championship tonight. I was super psyched because this sounds like a pay-per-view quality match. Backstage, Dean Ambrose is looking for Baron Corbin. This was pretty funny. He's looking under trash can lids and boxes and crates and stuff. So then we have American Alpha versus the Ascension. This was an okay match. As I said on many occasions, I have no faith in the Smackdown tag division because they build up nobody. Even American Alpha's kind of bland compared to their NXT characters that they were doing. I mean, it's the same character. It seemed like there was more to them. I don't know. So they get over on the Ascension with the Grand Amplitude, and the Usos pop up basically saying at any time they could sneak up behind them and get them. So I guess we're going to see the Usos and American Alpha in a program, which probably the best case scenario for this division. I just thought tonight was going to be a good opportunity for the Ascension to get a win and maybe build them up. It adds, some type of depth to them, or, reasonable wins. I don't know. So then Carmella and James Ellsworth are in the back. Ellsworth awkwardly asked Carmella if she would be his Valentine. She, of course, rejects him. Then Dean Ambrose comes up and says, hey, have you seen Baron Corbin? Oh, by the way, you should ditch her, James. She's nothing but bad news. She's using you. James Ellsworth looks shocked, and Carmella looks kind of upset. She says, are you going to let him talk to me like that, James? I guess, James Ellsworth doesn't want any part of Dean Ambrose, but Daniel Bryan makes that not his choice because he announces Dean Ambrose and James Ellsworth since they have some unfinished business. So in the ring, James Ellsworth and Carmella are out there doing a promo or a skit or whatever. James Ellsworth is trying to hype up Carmella for the crowd, and they are just booing her. James Ellsworth has an awkward joke about the only boo for Carmella is him. Who writes his stuff? Do they write it that corny, or is that something he asked for? Imagine if you go to WWE live event and the VIP experience and you have to meet James Ellsworth. So, in the middle of that horrible promo they're cutting, Dean Ambrose's music hits, actually thrown out of the entranceway by Baron Corbin. Dean Ambrose gets a couple shots in there before Baron Corbin gives him the deep six on the electrical board. I don't know. It was a really bad angle. It was like a pyro came up at the wrong spot that he was actually slammed on. I've seen some bad botches and bad moments, but this looked really fake. Allegedly, Dean Ambrose gets taken to the hospital after this. We didn't actually see him get carted off or anything. So in the back, Nikki Bella's talking to Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan says her and Natty have to stop this beef. Natalya walks in, and they start fighting again before they're split up by security, and Daniel Bryan announces next week, Nikki Bella versus Natalya, Falls Count Anywhere. So then Baron Corbin's interviewed in the back, and they're asking him why did he do what he did to Dean. He's basically taking Dean Ambrose out of the equation because he was taken out of the WWE Elimination Chamber equation. I don't know. Renee Young interviews Dolph Ziggler after that, which was kind of weird because I thought Renee Young would have been a little more distraught because of what happened to Dean earlier. But she looked like business as usual. Dolph says something to the effect that he's here to stop the new era and they won't replace him. Just basically, if you've heard a veteran superstar talk about the new era, this is the same promo. Hey, here's a thought, Dolph Ziggler. Why don't you win a couple matches to start this campaign to end the new era? Because what are you, like 1-5 against Apollo Crews and Kalisto? So we get Mickie James and Becky Lynch again. This is a great match. They had an even better match tonight. Now, it's not necessarily the same type of great match that Charlotte and Bayley had last night on Raw, but it's still a really great match, just not as many high-flying, flippy highlights type of deal. It's more catch-as-catch-can type of technical wrestling, and these two are great together. They work so well together. I could watch these girls wrestle every night. I'm over-exaggerating, but only slightly. They end up spilling on the outside quite a few times and working each other over very well throughout this match. Mickie James falls off the ring apron at one point, and it looks like she messes up her shoulder. The referee's checking on her. At the right moment, the Mick kick for the 1, 2, 3. Mickie James beats Becky Lynch. Very tricky Mickie. Even the referee didn't want to count the 3 because he thought she was legitimately injured and he kind of thought it was probably messed up too. But Becky Lynch kind of had this look on her face after the match like, you got me tonight, but it won't happen again. I love this rivalry. I hope somewhere down the road that it's a bigger program involving maybe the Smackdown Women's Championship. Now, speaking of the Smackdown Women's Championship, Naomi is in the ring being interviewed once again by Renee Young, who doesn't seem concerned that her boyfriend's in the hospital. She congratulates Naomi and informs us that Naomi got hurt in the match, and that Naomi didn't even know she was hurt until later that night in her hotel. I hope this is just storyline, but you never know. So Alexa Bliss comes out and makes a comment about, oh, did the glowworm get a boo-boo? She's basically saying Naomi's faking it because she realized that she wasn't Alexa Bliss and couldn't hold the title to the standards that Alexa Bliss did. Next week it's going to be Naomi versus Alexa Bliss in a rematch for the SmackDown Women's Championship, if Naomi can compete. So then we get the triple threat match for the WWE Championship. I was super excited for this match. Bray Wyatt comes out last, and when the lights come on, Luke Harper's standing right there. Luke Harper attacks Bray Wyatt before the match, and I wasn't sure if Bray Wyatt was going to be able to actually go on in this match. Bray Wyatt does get back involved in this. Whew. I can't tell y'all how much I don't want another John Cena title run. I mean, I know this last one was only 2 weeks, but that was 2 weeks too many for me. Sorry. So many great spots in this match. I'm going to just name a few, but this was an amazing match. You should definitely check it out if you get the chance. You never knew where one competitor was coming from. If it was just 2 of the competitors in the ring, out of nowhere, the third one would come out. At one point, John Cena's about to get the Sister Abigail. He counters it and, floats away, and then AJ Styles with the phenomenal forearm. This match was all over the place, and it was amazing. AJ Styles puts Bray Wyatt through a table. The first time he tries to put him through a table, he does a splash off the barricade. It didn't work, so the crowd's chanting one more time, so he gets on the barricade again, leg drop, Bray Wyatt goes through the table this time. At one point, Cena goes for the rolling double AA again. And on the second one, AJ Styles actually counters into the calf crusher. Bray Wyatt inserts himself back into the match. After everybody taking each other's finishers, eventually Bray Wyatt hits the Sister Abigail on John Cena again. 1, 2, 3. Bray Wyatt retains the title. I'm glad he actually got another clean win over John Cena again, because this is only building his stock, making him more legitimate as the champion. What an amazing caliber main event. I wish Raw would put on main events more often like this. It seems like SmackDown's really good at their main events, or they put on a high caliber match every time SmackDown comes on. Last week it was the Fatal 4-Way, this week the Triple Threat title match. SmackDown does a good job with their booking for the most part. So after Bray Wyatt's win, he's celebrating and Orton comes out. And I thought we were going to get a face-off. But Orton says, hey, you're my master, and I refuse to fight you at WrestleMania. He kind of surrenders to him in a way, and they are shown at the end of Smackdown posing together. What does this mean? Does this mean Orton and Bray is not happening at Mania? Maybe we'll end up getting the match and it's just a storyline that has to develop for the match to happen. I don't know. I'm very intrigued about this. Tell me in the comments below what you think is going to happen between Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. Are they going to wrestle at WrestleMania? Also, let me know in the comments below what you thought of SmackDown. I thought SmackDown was, it was pretty good tonight. Not a lot of action, to be honest. Yeah, I think there was 3 matches on SmackDown. It's only 2 hours, but still, that's a lot of talking. So let me know in the comments below what you thought of SmackDown. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share this with all your friends and on all of social media. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Until next time, this is Big Love's Breakdown. I got 2 words for you. Stay tuned.